Greetings, wonderful viewers of Atlantic TV, the home of TV Revolution. Yeah, I'm back again with your wonderful sports program called Sports 360 Live on Atlantic TV, the home of TV Revolution. As always, yeah, here we are, located in the little smiling coast of West Africa, the Gambia. And of course, our studios right here in the West Coast region side of Gambia called Farato. The host of the program called Sport 360 Light. And today we are going to dig deep and travel to far from the urban area. And this time I'm going all the way to Central River Region, CRR, where my guest today is no other than Burama Fadera of CRR local sports news called SNN. But Burama, meanwhile, is a sports journalist. Burama, for the first time, I'm so happy that I'm hosting CRR. So I want to make it, I want to go global. Huh? No Congratulations. Let me shake your hand. This is what we do in our land. Huh? No Burama, welcome to Sports 360 Live on Atlantic TV.
Thank you very much, Big Sam, as you are fondly called. It's a pleasure to be here at the Atlantic TV for us to cross paths for the first time, as you have alluded to, in the Atlantic TV Global, that is live on air, on Facebook, and also on YouTube. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much, Big Sam.
Thank you very much, Father. I'm also as glad and happy that I am talking to you right here on my platform. Moving on, let's know a little bit about Burama. Yes, some said it's CRR, but I later know Burama is from Kiang, my homeland, and a little bit on Burama, and maybe somewhat new, because not me myself, I call you Father, etc. Tell us a little bit about.
Thank you very much, Manneh. Just like you said, it's like we are all from the same land, but we've never known.
Yeah.
I am from Kiang Nema, in the central part of Kiang, that is in Lower River Region.
Exactly.
But fortune has smiled for the people of Central River Region for them to
Indeed
take this man from the people of Kiang. Actually, yes, just like I alluded to, I am a native of Kiang Nema, where I begin my academic career from lower basic up to upper basic, that is at Queenala Upper Basic School.
Okay.
From Queenala, then I proceeded to Canada Bottrop, but had to take transfer, and that is how CRR people happened to get me, because I was taken to Bansang Senior Secondary School, where I completed in 2015, and since then I have doing my entire life in Central River Region, because I have been coming and going on activities both on academic and other areas, because I pursued my higher teacher's degree at the Gambia College.
Right?
That's the qualification, yes.
You can succeed it properly. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Very good. Yes. So just like I said, I'm a native of Kiang, and then that is where I begin my life, born, brought up, and start my academic activities there at Kiang.
And some of the qualification along the way?
Going to the qualifications briefly, like I said, after the West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examination, that is WAS, from Bansan Senior Secondary School, I equally got higher teacher's certificate at the Gambia College, now called University Education, the Gambia UEG.
Okay.
That was in 2018, where I happened to be a qualified teacher. And again, I was posted back to CRR. It's like the government was waiting for me. They posted me to Sololo Basic Cycle School.
Okay, that's where you pick up your work.
Where I began my teaching career. Okay. But I served Sololo just for 1 year. Okay. And then Bansang Senior grabbed me again in 2019. Since then, I was at Bansang until of recent that I have moved to Latrikunda Sabiji Upper and Senior Secondary School, where
AKA Plazas,
where my former principal is.
Oh yeah. I have served long years in Bansang.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, and he's the head of our, of course, Gambia Senior Secondary School, of course, Mr. Sise.
Very well. He's the very one.
Yeah. Okay.
So on top of that, currently I am pursuing my BEd with International Open University, IOU, on my 3rd year. It's a 4-year program, but I'm almost on my 3rd year. Okay. So very soon I will equally complete that.
And we have that CV also on top of Fadera.
Yes, inshallah.
Thank you so much. It's Sports 360 Live. Let's moving on. What inspired, or how do you get into sports journalism?
Thank you very much. That is very important. way back around 2019-20 in Bansang, because I definitely have passion for sports. That is where I started to follow the local sport news in Bansang, because there was a WhatsApp page created that they used to update matches that are happening in Central River region, particularly in Bansang. That is where it started. So, but then I was inspired by this young man called Alaji Jawara, commonly known as Elas. He is the founder of Local Sport News, because anytime I see those updates, I felt myself in it. So gradually I started to pursue. But even right before that, personally, I have passion for journalism when I was going to school. Because I remember during my school days, secondary school in Bansang, they used to even call me Keba Dibadilate. Even when I am reading in class, I try to emulate that man the way he reads. So when I came to Combo as well in Brikama, those days when I was going to school, in fact, I never thought I would share a studio with Big Sam today, because I used to love his sport activities in those days when I was in Brikama. So sports is something in me that I loved. Particularly journalism is also a field that I definitely like, and therefore I was fortunate when I, looked into Jawara, and then I approached him. He said, "You are highly welcome," and that is how I picked up with them at that grassroots level in Central River region in a place called Bansang, and then I joined the family until here we are today.
We are today.
Yes.
Awesome, fantastic. We all have stories to tell, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Yes, you talked about LSN, local sports news, because I remember, in fact, I think that was the first time I traveled with my number one cameraman, Edward Noad Baji, all the way to CRR, Kerawan Sampasiri. You remember, Edu, that was last year.
Exactly.
That is where my friend, although we stayed together, Ibrahim Hassan is the GFF football out there. And we do stay together in Bundung those days, those boys days, you play football and then go to school. We stay in one, we call the place called Njobentai, German. So we still have that place. All those boys that were in that compound are in that, we still, in fact, he make us to travel to that place to cover that final. So he told me, Sam, this is what is happening here. In fact, he introduced, I cannot remember who that day, that this is part of the local sport, this is what they do. So moving on, tell us all about the local sport before we come to the launching of this SJAG chapter. But tell us about LSN.
Thank you very much, Big Sam, once again. And again, I think it is a coincidence, because I was the very one that was introduced to you. I remember covering that final for my people for the second or third time. Kerawan Sambasira is one of the zones that never left LSN behind. And they definitely honor our work. We are grateful for that. So, local sport news, commonly called LSN, was officially opened on the 6th of November 2019. That is how it started, and the work began, like I said, on a WhatsApp platform. A WhatsApp page was created where, like, the match progresses. For the first time, that is even why I was inspired, because this gentleman, like I said, Jawara, as the match progresses, would be doing the match report, just like how commentaries would be happening live. So even if you are far, definitely you will feel like you are watching the game. You will definitely know everything that is happening. So that is how it started. It starts with a WhatsApp page, and then as time passes by, a Facebook page was equally created in the same name, LSN, Local Sport News, and then the work continues there until now. We also have a TikTok account. So Local Sport News briefly began on the 6th of November 2019 with work on air only, that is through a WhatsApp platform that match updates usually happen.
Wow, awesome. And like I said, I was also made to know when I went to Kerawan Sambasiri. I definitely love that little place, and I think me and Edu, we enjoyed it.
Really?
We got have a good time out there. In fact, that was good. We all left very early in the morning.
Amazing.
I can remember. And then we also reached here very late at night.
Exactly.
Anyway, that was so nice. Yes, as LSN at CRR, what do you normally do? For example, it's called local sports news. And when you talk about sports, it's diverse. It has everything. So regarding the LSN work in the nooks and corners of CRR, what do you do?
Okay, Sam, thank you very much. Talking about the work of Local Sport News, LSN in CRR, as the name that was first given to the team, We were into almost all the sports that happen in Central River region, right from the north to the south. Because in the south, as far as Gisadi inside, that is the Dankunku end, if they have activities, and then we are reaching to uninvited, definitely we go and cover. But particularly local sport news, we are most into, because in that area, the sports that are most common are things like athletics and also football. These are the two sports that are most common in that area. And then as far as those sports are concerned, we are there. But even some of the traditional activities like wrestling also, if any should have in that area,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then we are
I was thinking about that.
in the future, yes, we definitely go and make the program known to the people. We publicize it because that is the importance of the media. And as a result of that, we can say today CRR, when it comes to sport, is at another level with the coming of local sports news. So briefly, this is what we do. We try to cover sports activities that are happening within the region, from athletics, football, wrestling, and any other activity that's related to sports, and we are put in the picture. We definitely go there and then cover that.
Cover it up.
Yes.
Okay, we will come back. We'll come later to the notes and updates in Sarah. But before then, of recent, as the first vice president of the Sports Journalism of the Gambia, when we come into office, this is some of the things that we want everybody on board. And how can you do that is to make sure that, because we represent the Gambia, not so that means every part of the Gambia should be part of it. And then we start the launching of our regional chapters of SGAG. We start with LRR, because although from Banjul to Brikama is Greater Banjul area, that's not a region, that's as one, which we are located. But then we launched this the LRR, and we launched the CRR and the URR together. I think we are left only with NBR. Perhaps next week we'll try to launch that. Tell us a little bit about that launching, what we are contracted, and then I was there flesh and bone to launch that with you guys. How do you feel? And after the launching, how is LSN and SJAG chapter working there?
Thank you very much, my brother, once again. Just like I said, it's like what the Mandinka people will say, like, this is something that has been in me for a very long time. Unfortunately, I started the journey in CRR, and that is why what the CRR people know about me when it comes to some of these activities, my own home, that is LRR, does not know that about me. Sometimes I even feel jealous, but I could not give to my people yet, but I'm hoping to do so one time in the lifetime. So SJAG, that is Sports Journalists Association of the Gambia, the CRR chapter was launched on the 12th of July 2025 at Janjambure, the governor's residence. In the governor's office, that is where we launched it. And then it was fantastic. It was a very great day, a memorable day that will go a long way in the history of Central River region. Because this was a day that we crossed path with some of the great men in the country that have been doing a lot in the sports journalism. For example, the secretary of SJAG, ML Drame, I've been with him at the college, and since then I can say we almost have the same passion for the work. But then I was not into the sports journalist thing. I was more focused on my academics. While for him, I do enjoy him when he go for his coverages and all that. So he was also there with us at the launching. But then we have the president himself, that is Mr. Omar Jaju. He was there. And then Omar is somebody whom, if you cross paths with, he always inspire you. Once he speaks, you see that wisdom in him. Having you on board, and all our colleagues, the likes of Bunja, you talk about Vidic, Karamo. Unfortunately, Jawara himself was not on the ground, but he was with us spiritually, because every now and then he would make sure that things are put, across. And then since the launching, that was on the 12th, things are going smoothly, because we have now seen ourselves part of the bigger family. That is what we were told. So long the launching is done, there is nothing like somebody from Banjul, somebody from Brikama, or wheresoever. What is important is we are all part of one broad umbrella, and that is SJAG Gambia. And that is how things are unfolding, because personally, I benefited from 2 of the trainings since we have joined.
Thank you.
The training that was held at Nana, that has to deal with sports reporting in connection to the legal aspects. I was there, because that has to do with mostly the budgets.
The budget, and I was coming to there.
Very good.
Exactly.
And also, not long ago, we also had another one that was virtual.
Okay.
which one I was also fortunate to be part of. So SJAG, the launching was definitely something commendable by the executive of Mr. Omar, and we are very much grateful because we can say now we are at another level.
Wow. Thank you very much. So, and in fact, I can proudly say that we are SJAG. When we come to power, we are 1 year old. Yesterday was our 1 year anniversary. In fact, yesterday we clocked 1 year. And then, yeah, we will bring more, any of the guys to talk about the first 1 year in office, what we achieved. I cannot blow my own trumpet, but I know we've done a lot. And thank you so much to the executive, which include myself and my president and everybody within out there. So thank you so much for that wonderful. And thank you also for having that foresight of once again launching the chapters in our region, so that anything today, I sit in my office and I know exactly what is happening in CRR.
Exactly.
I am on the page, I'm on LLR, I'm URR, so I know everything. So it's like it comes as a one global village that you can see everywhere. So I think that was a very good one. Moving on, Fadera, let's talk about you've been in LSN and whatever out there at CRR with SJAG. What can you tell us about sports in general, especially football in CRR?
Sports is something very, very interesting, depending on how you manage, because like it is commonly said, that is hooliganism in sports.
Okay.
Some of those things are usually as a result of mismanagement, that is when things are not properly handled. But then I can boldly say that since the inception of local sport news in Central River region, sports has gone to another level, because with those coverages and now every now and then, because in our page currently, even the Lower River Region sport that is ongoing, the tournament that is currently playing at Jara Soma, every day we do get the updates.
Okay.
And also if you look at the third division level, for instance, like as people who are into the media, most often than not, we will try to dig in and then we know what is happening at other places and put that on the table so that those that are at our level would also know this is what is happening, and then we will always adjust. So as a result of that, CRR Sports has gone to another level, and because of that, for the first time, a maiden zonals was played at Central River Region, which the final was played at Kerawan Sambasira, and I think that is what that is where you people even came to cover.
Right,
that was the maiden zonal. It happens in the region for the first time, where I was also fortunate to be part of the media team there as a result of my membership in local sports news then.
Exactly.
So LSN has taken sports to another level, because nowadays, even the fixtures from the various Nawetan centers, the posters, their league tables and all that not are prepared by local sport news media team free of charge. And as a result, when some of the people see those things, it entices them. And then those who want to always support sports will come on board to support sport, because things are everywhere in the air. We broadcast everything in our pages. And as a result, when people come into contact with them, those who need support or those who may want to support sports will definitely support sport, and it will take sports to another level. As a result of bringing the entire CRR in one global village, nowadays, the Nawetan centers in CRR would even be competing when it comes to prizes.
Wow.
As opposed to in those days where you will play a tournament, at the end of the day, they give you 15,000 as winners. Today we are talking about that. Central River Region, Kerawan Sambasira, for instance, the winners shall pocket nothing less than 75,000 as we are speaking. You go to Bansang area, Janjambure and all that, north, you talk about now 35,000 and 50,000 respectively for winners. So local sport news, the inception of it in the region has taken sports to a higher level. And now it is equally. Even this last secondary school sport that has happened outside, I think it's Algeria, where in some of the
Sure.
Very good. Every day we are getting reports.
That is school sports international.
Very good.
Athletics,
School sports international. Every day we are getting reports, and then it will be said to them.
Yeah, I think I saw a lot of the. Sometimes I will see it on LSN before other pages.
Very good. Yeah. So we were so much into a lot of things, and then as a result of that, this has taken sports to another level, grassroots level, because nowadays teams would even leave Combo here, go to the Central River region and do their scouting in order to get talents and get those players to their teams. So LSN has definitely taken sports to another level in
And,
Central
see,
River region.
and you're happy about how it is out there.
Oh yes, I
Thank you
am.
so much for that. And this is Sports 360 Live on Atlantic TV, the home of TV Revolution. My name is Bakary Manneh, Big Sam, the host, and Burama Fadera from Local Sports News CRR. It's my guest. And in fact, these camera people don't do justice to you. You can see Burama BF Local Sports.
yes,
Why can't you
exactly.
zoom it? Oh no, I mean, at a banana holiday, zoom it, man, at least, you say, Burama, then you have local sport. I think this is, and you have the, this is, okay,
this
fantastic.
sound
I want you to see, it does the logo, and BF means Burama Fadera, and you have local sports news reporter.
Exactly.
Fantastic. This is just, thank you. I just love it.
Yes.
Okay. Coming back to that, like I said, we are live here, and this time around, can you give us some of the Navitan uploads across the regions in Sierra out there?
Okay, currently the Nawetan, the level at the Central River region, quickly we are covering Nawetan at both the north and the south.
And the south, okay.
Because Central River region is one of the places in the country that is naturally divided by the river.
Okay.
The river divides the side into two, that is the north and the south.
Okay.
So daily, day in, day out, we do have reports from all these Nawetan centers because our personnel is not that much. So therefore, wherever we cannot have our reporters to get into, then we deal directly with their PROs, and those PROs will be giving us updates, and we do the update in the page gradually. So currently, Nawetan centers that we are covering within the region, we have like as far as Balangar, almost the last village in Central River region, they are Nawetan, we are covering it. Karantaba, that is in the Same end. You talk about the Nyani Jazz, like Chairman, Buduk, and others. You talk about Nyani, that is also located, that is Wasu. That center is Wasu currently. They are playing their Nawetan at the Wasu center. Then we also can talk about Janjambure when you cross the island. Janjambure is also another place that is playing both the junior and the senior tournament.
So Janjambure basically is Makati.
Makati.
Okay.
Makati, yes. That is Makati.
Okay.
And we have, of course, the home of football.
Oh, yeah.
That is Kerewan Sambas.
Kerewan Sambas. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, yes, they are definitely a home of football for a reason.
Okay.
To be very precise and candid, Kerewan treats our reporters always very well.
Oh,
that
awesome.
is that should be said.
Yeah.
Bansang equally has done great in the past tournament. That is Bansang, their Nawetan center. You know, one day I was telling in the page, somebody said like, so if Bansang is the center of football and Kerewan is the home of football, what about Brikama? I said, well, they have not given me any name. These are people that have.
I think Brikama from this program give the LSN the name. We have Bansang as a center of football. We have Kerewan Sambas as home of football. Now Brikama give us, because the final, in fact, I covered Brikama one.
Exactly. Yeah. That is center mass.
Yeah.
Exactly. It would interest you to know that center mass was knocked out yesterday.
Wow. So that's the report we have in right now.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
That is center mass.
Okay.
A very strong team in Brikama, but you know they were knocked out by Bohol, another team from Brikama. That was a Fuladu derby. And they went on a penalty shootout. That is post-match penalty, and then finally center mass was out, and Bohol moves to another level.
Okay.
So like I said, Bansang is equally there, and even Nyamina, that is Jarang N or even Dankunko, we do have match coverages there. In Jarang, for instance, they are also playing both the junior and the senior tournament. And the new Nawetan center that we have this year is Njoben Karim. Njoben Karim, yes, that is Brikamaba, and you enter inside.
Okay.
They're equally right to us, and then we are covering their matches gradually.
Fantastic.
So local sport news, these are some of the centers that we have, you know, and we are covering them. But just yesterday, the yesterday matches, for instance, at Bansang, Angal Futa, a team that is common and they are always very strong, defeated Mabali Koto by 1-0.
Okay.
And this is the knockout tournament that is ongoing at Bansang.
Okay.
If you talk about Kerewan Sambasira, that is at the home of football, Tabanani FC goes 1-1 with Pachar FC, and they ended up with a post-match penalty where Tabanan lost to Pachar by 3-2. Pachar won by 3-2. Then we look at Njoben Salum played against Sare Debbo at Njoben Karim football field, and the match ended with a goalless draw. But as at Nyani, Superstar FC played against Jarume Kuta and Superstar won by 1-0. While at Janjambure, there was a junior tournament match there as of yesterday. That is Berlin FC played against Universal FC and Berlin won by 2-1. So these were the recent update that we had from Central River Region as of yesterday.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mariam, I would like to have a very good photo with my boy here. So this is going to be enlisted. So give us a very fine photo that Fadera will write, because this is one of the best programs.
Thank you very much.
Fadera, what is your, if I said, yes, we want to have a very, very wonderful, so that, yeah. I know this camera and camera operators can do a very good one.
Exactly.
Moving on, Fadera, what can you tell us the most important message, or what can you tell us regarding stakeholders or people in sports, especially in CRR? If I ask you, what is the most important message you want to pass to?
Thank you very much, Big Sam. I always say that CRR is my second home.
Yeah, sure.
Because actually, most of the activities that are related to the youths in that region, I am not left behind.
Okay.
Even of recent, not long ago, I was there to, be part of their youth convergence where they invited me to serve as a facilitator.
Okay.
But that is different from this. But basically, the stakeholders in the region, personally, I think I would call on them to join hands and support sports in the region. If you look at it very well, last NACOF, you look at the performance of CRR as opposed to the other years, you will realize that there are changes.
Okay.
And that is also as a result, because at LSN, at our level, we were invited as a media team. We went there and then we started to dig in. Sometimes, even if they don't tell us certain things, we find out and then we bring it on the table. So as a result, then things started changing, and we can all see that CRR has performed better
Very well.
in the last NACOF than some past years. So therefore, the stakeholders in the region, I would call on them to come and invest in sports. Because investing in sports is like giving back to yourself. Let's take a look at it. Gambia today, Yankuba Minte, if you talk about it, school sports will tell you that we produce Yankuba Minte because he came from
school sport.
You talk about others and others.
In fact, he won the man of the match yesterday against Manchester City.
That is
and
it.
they won the game 2-1.
So this is it. This is how it is always. And stakeholders participating in sports. There is one small boy from Tabanani by the name Aliou Konate. Currently, he's also playing. He was with Bayern, and now they have given it to Stuttgart, I believe.
Okay,
Stuttgart,
yeah,
yes.
Stuttgart.
But the boy is also doing wonders, just 18 years of age. But then it's as a result of that, because his uncle has seen that foresight, that the boy is very good in sports. And then he then brought him to one of the teams here in the Combos where the boy was, until he finally left Gambinos. He was with
Gambinos, yeah, Gambinos, that's Mandinari.
Very good. Until he finally left the source of the Gambia, and he's doing great. So stakeholders in the region, we have a lot of them there that can pop in and give their support when it comes to sport. I believe if they should do that, then the region's football will go to another level, because from sources, it has been seen that CRR, that is Central River Region, our third division, the level of it and the other places is definitely something else. Because sometimes you will see just 5, 8, 10, 15 matches, the third division, the entire third division is finished. Yeah. Compared to other places, the likes of maybe West Coast Region.
Coast is big.
Even LRR, Lower River Region, their third division is often very tough. So this is why it will be important for the stakeholders to come and collaborate, join hands with the people that are into sports, and in order for sports to move to another level in Central River region. Yes.
Fantastic. As we journalists will sometimes call it, is there any message that you want to send across, maybe during the sports I did not ask? You can go ahead if there's anything to you think.
Big Sam, I think currently as I am more than glad, because this is one of my media TV interviews that I had in my lifetime, more so as a sport journalist. And that come through you as a brother and as a senior that I always looked up to.
Thank you.
That is why when this invitation came, I could not turn it down.
Yeah.
Because from here, I'm even traveled as far as Sierra again. I have an activity there to conduct tomorrow.
Okay.
So, but then when I share this with my team as well, like I said, we have a team. Okay. And most of the time, I don't work in isolation. I try to consult my people in most of the things we are doing, because like I said, I told Jawara always, which he will never agree, but then I owe him a lot, because I come into this through him, but he will never agree. So I informed them about this, and they were all amazed. They were like, go and make us proud.
Yeah.
So it's like they already have that belief in me. So Atlantic TV, I would call on people to, those who don't subscribe, let's subscribe and support Atlantic TV, because I
Thank you.
believe it is here for the Gambian people. Because this thing, anybody in Central River region who has interest to support sports, if the person should come across this interview today, then it means it serves as an avenue for the person to plow back to the region.
Exactly.
So as a result of that, I would say a very big thanks to Atlantic TV. And then I am very happy to be sitting in a studio with Big Sam, whose name has been in my ears for far too long, and finally we are here.
Thank
you very much to the entire staff of Atlantic TV.
Thank you very much, Fadera. I'm so equally glad to have you. What a wonderful interview. Thank you so much for coming. Let's take again. Thank you so much, LSN. You know, as the rest of the LSM, they up there. Yeah, to the wall. So keep it up. Thank you so much. We finally come to the end of this wonderful Sport 360. Of course, myself, Bakary Manneh, Big Sam, and of course, Burama Fadera from LSN CRR was my guest today. Big thanks to, of course, my guys in the studio here. Let me flip through and see them. You know, Yom Kumbis, the. Anyway, I mean, let's see, thank you so much, Maria Makijera. Kumajo, they call her Kumbis La Class. Of course, and Edward, yeah, Noah Baji, my number one cameraman, and the man behind the scene who make everything possible, the head of the TV, Matar Jub. Thank you very much, my viewers out there. On that note, until next time, keep on sporting.